Hi everybody. Thank you very much for being here today. It's nice to see some familiar faces and everybody back for PDAC and Pre-PDAC. I am Trumbull Fisher. I'm the CEO of Greenshift Commodities, and we are a battery and clean energy company helping to meet the net zero goals that the world is going through. We will be speaking about some forward-looking statements. I would encourage you to read this on your own from our website. So some of you may know this story from the past. It used to be a story by the name of U308, and it really had one all-encompassing asset in Berlin, Colombia, of 22 million pounds of uranium. What we have done over the last approximately 6 months is we've come in and we've strengthened the board. We've improved the treasury by doing 2 capital raises. We've uplisted to the TSX, and we of course have a new vision, new strategy, new name to make this an all-encompassing clean energy company with not only our current asset of uranium in Colombia, but also adding in lithium assets in Argentina, and that is the opportunity at hand. Like I said, we have Berlin. It consists of uranium and other battery metals, nickel, phosphate, and rare earth elements. And we are about to, we expect, close on lithium assets in Argentina. We announced this approximately a month and a half ago, and we were just waiting for TSX approval for what are some exciting assets. We have the foundation for success, we believe. We have the right team in place, consisting of capital markets individuals. We have the right individuals that have technical experience on the ground, and we have the right board and management in place. We, of course, as I've touched upon, do have several different clean energy components that will be in this story. And with the new acquisition of the lithium hard rock assets, we are adding 500,000 hectares of land down in Argentina. When I say that that is absolutely huge, if you're not familiar with how big that is, it's 6 times the size of Manhattan. So an absolutely massive land package with some work that has been done in the past, averaging 2% lithium grade from samples. You will see further on in this presentation that we are also, we believe, underpinned by our Berlin asset in Colombia with the 22 million pounds of uranium. The corporate overview, and what I want to draw your attention to a couple different things with this. One is our working capital. We are in a strong position for the size of our company. We're approximately only a $10 million market cap. So it's early, but that's the opportunity here. We have between cash and liquid shares of consolidated uranium and Labrador uranium, approximately just under $5 million in working capital. So fairly significant for our position of market cap. The other thing I want to draw your attention to is our top shareholder is Mega Uranium. Mega Uranium is a publicly traded fund, if you will. It's led by Richard Patricio, who is very well known in the uranium space. He not only believes in the uranium project, but he believes in our vision and future of all-encompassing green energy and the lithium assets that we are putting into this. He's become an insider through our last 2 capital raises, the last one closing this past December. So the leadership, a little bit about myself is I've been in capital markets for approximately 17 years. I've led sales and trading teams at investment banks. I've raised a significant amount of capital for resource companies. I've also co-founded a hedge fund based in the Cayman Islands that was run out of Toronto, ran that successfully, long, short North American equity, before selling it to another hedge fund and moving on to the issuer side of the business. I've been involved in a number of different roles, whether it's boards, president, chairman, advisor, etc. And here I am now at Greenshift. I'm also joined by Dr. Richard Spencer. He was the CEO of U308 or Greenshift from 2008 onwards until I took over the role in August of 2022. He became chairman. He's significant for this company still because he knows the Berlin asset in Colombia extremely well. He's extremely valuable at helping us with that asset. A few other people I'd like to point out is Marty Tunney. Marty is a mining engineer and has significant experience investment banking at both CIBC and Raymond James. So not only is Marty valuable for talking about and asking mining questions to and relying on that information, but he's also extremely valuable for knowing how the capital markets work and some of the right relationships to have around the street. Lithium. I'm sure, as all of you are, it seems every day that goes by we hear about the demand, how absolutely crazy it is. We are starting to hear about car companies stepping into the market and buying assets, General Motors, Tesla. We're hearing about countries trying to get their arms around all the lithium that they have within the country, and it almost appears to be an arms race globally for what is happening in the lithium market. There just simply is not enough supply for how much demand there is. I think Kobe said it right a few days ago when you had a presentation and you spoke about the supply chain, and we focused so much on the batteries, and now it is time to focus on the exploration companies and get them caught up. And I think you put that really well. So that leads us to Argentina. Argentina has primarily been a brine lithium play. What we have is we are going after hard rock lithium in Argentina, and we have first mover advantage. There are 2 large mines that are operating in the country, but the country's government is very, very supportive of the lithium movement that is happening. They've signed a new bill to become a very electric company, and they have publicly said that they would like to be the South American hub for the EV movement, and they want to be a supplier of lithium and have cars produced in Argentina, which is fantastic. I've been down to Argentina twice and met with government officials, and this is exactly the tone that they are saying. They are offering their support, whatever we need to move things ahead, so it's a very positive place to do business in the lithium space. Again, this acquisition that we believe we will be closing on imminently is approximately 500,000 hectares. Absolutely massive. There is a small bit of work that has been done in the 1960s on a part of the land, but we also have the ability to expand that out and go into the field. With this acquisition, one of the things that I'm most proud about is the team that it comes with. I've often seen people go and do acquisitions in countries, but they don't have people down there. And it's very hard to go and get a team in that country when you don't have the connections. You're either not going to get the right people or you're going to overpay. And what this acquisition comes with, it comes with a team of approximately 12 individuals. It's led by Pete Mullins, who helped us find the asset, and it comes with approximately 12 people, but the people that you see on the screen are the leaders of the team. They are senior geologists with over 30 years of experience for the most part, working in both juniors and majors, and they have experience working in lithium. If any of you have seen our social media, there is, or haven't seen it, I encourage you to go look at it, and I introduce you to some of the parties that are down there that we've spent time with. But not only are they geologists, but they also have great relationships with government officials and with the community to help things go smoothly. So within Argentina, within those 500,000 hectares, some of it has not been explored at all, but some of it has. And there's an area called Manuel Choique, which is approximately 50,000 hectares. That has been explored in the 1960s, as I said, and it comes with some fairly decent results that we are going to be going after the second we close this acquisition with our team already on the ground. The access is incredibly easy. I would compare it, if anybody's ever been to the desert in Arizona or Nevada, it is dirt roads all over the place up to site. You can drive 50 to 80 kilometers an hour on these roads, and then you're simply stepping out with a pair of Nikes on and able to walk. Simple, easy to get machinery on site, and easy to do work. Most of the land is owned by local farmers, and they've been using the land mostly for sheep. They would like to have other income, and they welcome mining because some of the volcanic ash has been rotting the sheep's teeth, so they welcome lithium mining. So Manuel Choique, as I mentioned, it has work that was done in the 1960s. It has 19 trenches and samples that were completed. This was completed by the government, and at first blush, it has some fairly significant results, anywhere ranging from 0.5% to approximately 5% lithium, average grading 2%. There's 800 structures that have been mapped, and that's been mapped over 100 kilometers. So what we would like to do is we'd like to focus on this area initially, and then we can obviously branch out to the other hectares that we have that have not been explored at all. But this is the low-hanging fruit that we will go, sample, retrench, and do work on to generate some news flow initially. So as we're into March and we wait for the TSX approval for this, which is the last step, we expect that to happen in March. We then believe that we will have mapping and sampling program right away. The team is already down there. They are waiting to go. They've in fact already started speaking to some of these local farm owners about going onto the land and doing such work. After that, we expect to go into a district scale exploration. So as I mentioned in the beginning, we do still have our Berlin deposit in Colombia. And this is fairly significant because of not only the 22 million pounds of uranium at 0.11%, but also because of the location of it. We are close to power, roads, port, etc. We're 150 kilometers from Bogota and 10 kilometers from a local town of 7,000 people, which has hospitals, infrastructure, etc. So the work that will continue to be done on Berlin is we expect to have further metallurgical work that will improve the recoveries. We have our uranium recoveries at over 93%, but the phosphate we expect it's about 63. We would like to probably improve that, and then we will analyze it and go further while still focusing on our lithium assets in Argentina. As I mentioned, not only is there uranium in Berlin, Colombia, but there's all the other battery metals, nickel, vanadium, phosphate, and that perhaps these other elements would be able to pay for the recovery of the uranium, but there's still more work to do. So why Greenshift? Why now? Well, as we sit here today, we're looking at about a $10 million market cap. We have approximately $5 million in either cash or liquid stocks that we could sell tomorrow if we wanted to. So the working capital position is strong. We have what I perceive as an unbelievable team in place of legal, past investment bankers, mining engineers, capital markets expertise, along with the technical team down in Argentina, ready to go and ready to do it. With our working capital and with our Berlin deposit, we really think that that underpins the value, and we think that there's further upside with our lithium assets. We also think that over the course of 2023, you could potentially see further acquisitions in the company. We are seeing opportunities down in South America and mostly in Argentina that we don't think other people are seeing. They're not already in public companies, and the reason we're seeing them is because we do have this team in Argentina in place. So we're seeing opportunities that could be highly attractive and not overpriced compared to a lot of things that we are seeing on the market. We do have first mover advantage. Argentina has technically, or for the most part, been explored for brines. We like the brines. We see the positives and the negatives compared to the hard rock, but what we really do have is first mover advantage for hard rock pegmatites in Argentina. Some of the opportunities in the brines are just very expensive at the moment.